The girl knew perfectly well that her best friend could steal her speech draft just by touching her, yet she still pretended to be unaware and let the other party take it away, simply because she had long prepared another speech draft for her best friend. The ignorant best friend certainly failed to notice the trap hidden in the speech draft. She even directly used the draft in the competition to present the project she had stolen from the girl. However, as soon as she finished reading it, the judges questioned her why she had plagiarized a project the judge had come up with 3 years earlier. On hearing this, the best friend froze instantly. On the contrary, the classmates thought the judge must have made a mistake. After all, the best friend had always been excellent and could never have plagiarized anything, so they immediately demanded that the judge provide evidence. But the judge only asked a few simple questions about the project. The best friend hesitated and stumbled over every answer, unable to give a proper response. Only at that moment did the classmates come to realize something. Their best friend might really have been pretending to understand things all along. The best friend was overwhelmed with embarrassment because of this, but she suddenly remembered that the project had been stolen from the girl, so the best friend immediately accused the girl of plagiarizing the judge as well. She wanted to drag the girl down with her. However, the judge stated that he had already reviewed the girl's project before the competition. There had been no sign of plagiarism at all. Instead, the best friend had not only plagiarized but also tried to frame someone else. Furious, the judge immediately disqualified her from the competition on the spot. He even announced that he would issue a school-wide notice and give her a demerit on her record. Only then did the classmates suddenly see the light. They realized that it was their best friend, who had often insinuated that the girl plagiarized from her, who actually had serious moral flaws. On hearing this, the best friend broke down completely. She couldn't help but suspect that her mind-reading system had malfunctioned. What made her even more devastated was that, because of the plagiarism accusation, she could no longer compete for a recommendation spot for postgraduate studies. The only chance she had to get admitted into a top university was if she scored the highest in the entire school in the final exams to be announced the next day. And the best friend was extremely confident about this, because she had used her mind-reading system during the final exams to copy the girl's answers. As soon as the exam results were released the next day, she would accuse the girl of plagiarizing from her. She wanted the girl to taste the humiliation of being called a cheater too, but she had no idea that the girl had awakened a modified version of the mind-reading system. She had given the best friend a set of wrong answers during the exam. The next day, before the school posted the exam results, the best friend had already hinted to her classmates that the girl had cheated off her during the exam. She claimed that the girl would probably tie with her for the first place in the entire school. On hearing this, the classmates were filled with anger and resentment. They suspected that all the girl's previous good grades had also been copied from her best friend. But just then, the teacher put up the scoreboard. The girl had actually scored the highest in the entire school. On the contrary, the best friend had ended up dead last. At the sight of this, the best friend broke down completely. She questioned the teacher if there had been a mistake, because her answers had been exactly the same as the girl's. On hearing this, all the classmates and teachers were shocked. They demanded to know why the best friend's answers were identical to the girl's. Only then did the best friend realize that she had let the cat out of the bag. She quickly explained that she had only meant that both she and the girl had filled up all the answer sheets, but her explanation only made the teacher even more confused. The teacher couldn't understand why someone who had always been among the top scorers had failed every single subject this time. She would even have to delay her graduation because of this. The best friend was so distraught that she had no idea how to respond, but she never expected that just then, the girl's childhood sweetheart walked over. He accused the best friend of failing the exam because the girl had been jealous of her and torn up her answer sheet. With that said, he publicly showed a clip of the surveillance video.